Here's a thought for today. It's August 2nd, and if today is your birthday, you share your birthday with film director and the master of horror, Wes Craven. And interesting thing I found out about Wes Craven is when he had his first job at a New York City film production studio, and where he was doing editing, he also worked along editing with future folk rock star Harry Chapin. And Wes Craven, recalled in an interview of his early days working with Harry Chapin, and Wes said Harry Chapin was a tremendous film editor. And Craven said that he taught me the Chapin method of editing, which was nuts and bolts, get rid of the shit. And, when I think about that comment of his early advice of editing from Harry Chapin, I think about how that's very similar in business. Those times when you're working in business and things can just seem that we're overcomplicating things. And when I think about that phrase here, what we really got to do is when things just seem too complicated, we're trying to make things too complicated, is get back to the nuts and bolts of what's important in your business. Start at that. When you think about it, the nuts and bolts are kind of like the laws of the universe. And go back and start with those nuts and bolts. How is what you're doing serving your company profitably? How is what you're doing helping make your customers' lives better? So remember that phrase, and when things seem to be getting too complicated of how you're working your business, get back to the nuts and bolts, because that is the foundation that always has to be there in business. Now go make something happen.